My name is Diddy, Sean Combs. I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life. All I've ever given is opportunity. You gotta run this hustle to try to find somebody to blame. You know what I'm saying? I have all my receipts.
So, you know what's up with Diddy lately, right? Dude's got 4 lawsuits hitting him left and right, and there's hate flying at him from every direction. It's like a soap opera, and every day there's a new juicy secret popping up, making things even messier. But here's the kicker. Diddy, the king of parties and the man of the hour, has been MIA. Or has he? Word on the street is he's gearing up to call out some rappers trying to throw him under the bus. Now that's a bold move, especially with all the dirt on him. What's wild is that not a single soul in the industry, not even his supposed ride or die Jay-Z, is stepping up to defend him. It's like they're all watching him get devoured by wolves. But hold on, there's more drama. Diddy supposedly claiming that certain rappers are paying folks to make up stories and make his situation even worse. And now, he's seemingly on a mission to expose these mystery rappers. Who are they? That's the million-dollar question. If you're into celebrity drama, grab some popcorn, because this show is about to get wild. So, when Diddy got hit with that first lawsuit from his ex, Cassie, the world was in shock. Fans and even non-fans were hoping it was just some crazy rumor, but then bam, 3 more lawsuits drop, each one making the whole situation even messier. Diddy took to Instagram to say his piece. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. But what really turned up the heat was insiders from the industry spilling the tea. They were coming out of the woodwork, claiming all sorts of things and adding fuel to the fire. You know how it goes. Once people who've worked closely with someone start talking, it's like game over. Cassie had a bunch of folks, including some celebs, rallying to her defense. But now, here's where it gets wild. Diddy's supposedly saying that certain rappers are dishing out cash to these people to spin these tales. And guess whose name seemingly comes up in the mix? Jay-Z. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not exactly shocking, considering there have been whispers for ages that Jay-Z might not be the saint he portrays himself to be, and he's just hiding behind Beyonce's good rep. Now, we all know Diddy and Jay-Z are tight. Diddy spilled the beans in an interview a few months back, revealing that only 2 people can drop his government name, Sean, his mom, and Jay-Z, during a carpool karaoke with James Corden when the host asked about addressing him. Diddy made it clear that only his mom and Jay-Z get to call him Sean. Apparently, it's a VIP club, and Jay's in it. But here's the kicker. With all the mess going on around Diddy, why hasn't Jay said a word to defend his buddy? Rumor has it that Jay-Z might be the one bankrolling people to throw shade at Diddy, all to divert attention from himself. It's like deja vu from when Jay dropped R. Kelly like a hot potato when things got messy for him. Now, it looks like he's pulling the same move with Diddy, allegedly greasing palms to bury him once and for all. And rumor has it, Diddy's not cool with it. He's apparently gearing up to spill the beans on Jay-Z and anyone else involved.
I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. Because she thought she was dealing with Eric Sermon, the green-eyed dude. He's known for like that.
Now, let's dig into the folks who've been running their mouths about Diddy in the media. First on the list is Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal. This dude's been making the rounds, talking all sorts of smack about Diddy. He's claiming Diddy treated his late ex, Kim Porter, and another ex, Misa Hilton, the same way as Cassie. Gene even went as far as saying Diddy dissed his own mom with some choice names. He said, "I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter." Way before Kim, he beat the SHT out of Misa because she thought she was dealing with Eric Sermon, the green-eyed dude. He's known for SHT like that, bro. When he cursed his mother, I said to him, "Man, if you curse your mother again, I'ma beat the SHT out you." He said, "Well, no, Gene, she always in my business." I said, "If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no business." I'm saying that to say this to the women out there. If a man disrespects his mother, you just like an ice cube. You ain't got a chance in hell. But wait, there's more. In a recent bombshell interview, Gene suggested that those encounters Diddy supposedly forced Cassie into, well, according to Gene, they might have been intended for Diddy himself. Yeah, it's getting real messy.
Told you that this cat was coming to kill us or try to get at us that night. I told you I had intel, but you didn't want to hear it.
But the drama doesn't stop there. Gene claims that on the night Biggie got shot, he and Diddy were right behind his car. And guess what? It wasn't some random drive-by. Gene spilled the beans, saying, "Let's remember that night. We were at Andre Harrell's house, and I told you that this car was coming to K us or try to get at us that night. I told you I had intel, but you didn't want to hear it. Let me give you something, dog. You would have died just like your father did that night if I wasn't in the car with you." According to Gene, that bullet aimed for Biggie was actually meant for Diddy, and Diddy messed up big time that night. They were at a museum party, chilling, and Gene spots some sketchy dude trying to get to Diddy's car. He even gives Diddy a heads up, but apparently, Diddy didn't do a thing about it. Gene Deal is spilling all the tea, straight up blaming Diddy for Biggie's death. He's not holding anything back, talking about Diddy's nasty habits, how he treats everyone like crap, and just being an all-around sketchy dude.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust the nose, man.
But wait, there's more drama. Another ex-bad boy artist, Mark Curry, jumped into the conversation. He spilled that Diddy wiretapped Kim Porter's phone and backed up Jeannie's story about Diddy being abusive to both Misa Hilton and Kim. He said, "It was back then he used to do that with Misa. And the only person that really put their hands on women, really, is men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. A man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. There are so many different things that you can do other than get upset and put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man. It's still a boy, like a bad boy." Mark even dropped a bomb, saying, Diddy would go ballistic and get all jealous if a girl chose one of his friends over him. One time, he even threatened to hit a girl Mark was seeing just because she turned Diddy down. Now these are just a handful of folks spilling the beans on Diddy. There are more out there, and it's kind of a risky move, you know? Talking smack about a big shot like Diddy, who's got major influence, is no joke. Rumor has it that people mysteriously vanish around him, especially if they tick him off. So these guys being fearless and not facing any consequences makes you wonder, right? I mean, could they have someone in the shadows? Someone even more powerful than Diddy? Maybe a Jay-Z backing them up? It's not too wild to think about. Now, let's dig into the similarities between Jay-Z and Diddy, and the not-so-clean stuff Jay-Z's been rumored to pull, kinda like Diddy. That might make him pay folks to mess with Diddy's rep just to keep his own slate clean. So, if you've been keeping tabs on Jay-Z, you know he's not exactly the loving family man he tries to portray. Just like Diddy, people have been giving Jay the side-eye for a while now, especially since he got caught up in a romantic mess with Foxy Brown when she was just 15, and he was 27. Yeah, shady stuff. Foxy Brown was Jay-Z's thing when she was 15, and he was 27. And if that wasn't enough, he's tight with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, all caught up in scandals involving a thing for much younger girls. Now, with this new evidence hitting the scene, it might not be long before Jay has to answer for his shady dealings with Diddy. Cassie's lawsuit might just be the thing to clean up the industry and expose all the messed up things that have been going on. It's causing serious problems for everyone who turned a blind eye to what Diddy was up to. So Jay-Z caught major heat when it came out that he kinda pushed Foxy Brown, who was just 15 at the time, into a relationship, promising her a shot at Hollywood. And get this, his longtime buddy and ex-business partner, Dame Dash, got all defensive when asked about Jay and Foxy's thing. And doesn't it sound eerily similar to what Diddy did to Cassie? Diddy started dating her at 19, luring her in with promises of a Hollywood career, only to put her through a ton of drama.
When he did the record with Jay, that's why I was that was almost like one of the things where I was just like, he's out of here, Jay. I just let it go. Because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped my girl.
But hold up, Dame wasn't finished. He spilled more tea about Jay's strange thing with younger girls. He decided to distance himself from Jay when he saw Jay had no plans to cut ties with R. Kelly, even after R. Kelly got exposed as a predator. For those out of the loop, R. Kelly got caught lying about Aaliyah's age and married her at just 15. You'd figure Jay would steer clear, right? Nope. He actually teamed up with R. Kelly to drop their joint album, The Best of Both Worlds. And get this, according to Dame, Jay-Z was trying to get into a thing with Aaliyah. He was sending her flowers, inviting her to his parties, the whole deal. But here's the twist. Aaliyah wasn't feeling Jay because she was already head over heels for Damie and wanted to be with him. Fast forward to Aaliyah's tragic passing in a plane crash, and the rumor mill starts churning about it being some kind of sacrificial thing orchestrated by higher-ups.
Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Apparently, Aaliyah never wanted to be on that plane. She was given a sedative against her will, went out cold, and was thrown onto the plane without giving her consent, all to finish a music video. If that wasn't enough, Jay-Z also got called out by Beyonce's bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who spilled the beans that Jay got Beyonce hooked on something to control her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
Was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
Once again, it's like deja vu with what Diddy did to Cassie. She threw accusations at Diddy, claiming he got her hooked on booze, including ketamine and ecstasy, leading to some serious addictions that took over her whole life. Now, here's the crazy part. Beyonce met Jay-Z when she was still underage, and he was pushing 30. Yeah, you heard that right. Jay-Z spilled the beans in a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose, admitting they crossed paths before Beyonce hit 18. Although he claims they met when she was 16, he waited until she turned 18 before making a move. Now, Beyonce didn't really have much of a social life growing up. She was deep into her career since childhood, and her parents were super strict. She had just one boyfriend in high school. So, you can imagine, she didn't have a ton of experience with guys before Jay came into the picture. A lot of folks think this power imbalance might be the reason she couldn't bring herself to divorce him after the cheating scandal. He's basically the only man she's known since her teenage years. So, as you all can see, Jay-Z and Diddy have been in this game together for ages. They've been messing around and exploiting young girls for years. But guess what? Thanks to Cassie's lawsuit, it's all coming out in the open now. And hold up, it's not done yet. There's one person who's never been afraid to call out Diddy and Jay-Z, and that's Jaguar Wright. She's been keeping an eye on both of them for the longest time, way before everything hit the fan. So, we can probably guess Jay-Z's oil didn't quite grease her palm, you know? According to Jaguar Wright, she's claiming that Jay-Z and Diddy might have sacrificed people along the way to boost their own careers. There's talk that they could be tied to the deaths of several rappers. It's all a bit eerie, isn't it? Now, the rap scene back in the 90s was no joke. Cutthroat vibes everywhere. Everybody wanted to be on top, and it was all about survival. You had gangster personas left and right, and nobody wanted to be caught slipping. Some rappers were ready to do anything, and I mean anything, to climb that ladder, even if it meant taking out the competition. Now, you've probably heard the rumors about Jay-Z and Diddy facing Illuminati allegations, right? People suspect they've been involved in some shady stuff, maybe even sacrificing other rappers to the Illuminati to boost their own careers. And when we talk about shady stuff around Jay-Z, Coolio's name pops up, right? So, last year on a random Wednesday, Coolio passed away at a friend's place in LA. He went to the bathroom, and when his friend checked in, he found Coolio out cold on the floor. Paramedics confirmed he didn't make it. Now, for months, the deets on Coolio's death were a mystery. People suspected a heart thing, given his health battles. But here's the kicker. Some folks, including Coolio's crew and family, knew he had some health issues, but others started pointing fingers at Jay-Z and Diddy. Why? Coolio did interviews hinting he might spill some industry tea, exposing shady folks. People thought Jay and Diddy had to silence him before he spilled the beans. Later, authorities said Coolio had undiagnosed heart problems, leading to his passing. But that didn't stop the whispers about Jay-Z and Diddy being Illuminati hitmen. It's wild, right? This is similar to the rumors circulating around that Diddy allegedly took out Biggie. According to Jaguar Wright, Diddy has been cashing in on Biggie's legacy, even after all these years. She said in an interview, "Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting, he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Effing Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog, clearly, a Biggie's small verse is very valuable. And of course, 50 Cent, who is known to be the biggest frenemy of both Jay-Z and Diddy, had to throw his 2 cents in, telling Diddy to cut it out and let Biggie rest in peace. Diddy's been doing a bunch to honor Biggie, from sampling his tunes to dropping a notorious big biopic and shouting him out in his own tracks. But it looks like at some point, Diddy shifted gears and started cashing in on Biggie's legacy for himself. When Jay Electronica dropped a track called Ghost of Christopher Wallace, 50 wasn't having it. He straight up called out Diddy, saying, "This is just getting disrespectful. The song doesn't even feel like Biggie, except for that Puffy background, the dancing and ad-libs that almost ruin a good song. It's like 50's saying, 'Enough's enough, Diddy. Hold up, Jaguar Wright is not done.'" Still on the topic of how Jay-Z and Diddy might have sacrificed people to climb to the top, Jaguar Wright takes us back to the early days, reminiscing about a street battle in New York that caught her attention. But get this, Jay-Z wasn't there as the big shot we know him as now. He was rolling with Big L, the dude who basically put him on the map. Then, tragically, Big L bites the dust, and just like that, Jay-Z's on the rise.
Rel is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died.
As for Diddy, she dives into the eerie number of deaths connected to him, especially during the Uptown Records days. Check this out. Uptown Records kicks off with 5 folks: Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, Puffy, and Kim, who was there from day one, Andre's right hand. Now Kim's gone, Heavy D's gone, and Andre Harrell's gone too. The only 2 left standing are Puffy and Al even had a close call. Crazy, right? Jaguar doesn't stop there. She drops a bomb about everyone having something in common. The survivors and those who've passed from Uptown Records, they were all getting ready to spill the tea. Andre had a book in the works, Heavy D was gearing up for a tell-all, Kim was working on her story, and Al B was putting together a documentary, and then he lands in a coma. Jaguar's wondering out loud, has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? She's throwing out the notion that Puffy might just be the luckiest person alive, considering everyone else from the Uptown Records crew is gone or had some close calls. But wait, it gets darker. Let's jump back to 1991, a Harlem basement gym and a charity basketball event organized by a still up-and-coming Diddy. Sounds cool, right? Well, it turned into a total nightmare. Imagine this scene. A charity game featuring celebs like Boys II Men and Heavy D, and the place is bursting at the seams with fans. But here's the twist. Chaos erupts, a stampede kicks off, and by the end of the day on December 28, 1991, 9 people are dead, and at least 29 are left injured. The gym was crammed with over 3,000 folks, way more than it could handle. Now, here's where it gets wild. Rumors start buzzing that Diddy might have sacrificed those lives for some wealth and fame. It's like a plot straight out of a movie, but this one's real. Gene Deal, the guy handling security for Diddy back in the day, tried to give him the heads up about the brewing chaos. They needed to clear the entrance, but Diddy was just not bothered. Picture this, 2 lines. One for the ones with advanced tickets, and another for those paying at the door. The slow-moving process got folks all riled up. Fights started, and when they finally shut the doors, it was pure mayhem. The crowd outside went nuts, pushing, shoving, breaking windows. It was a total disaster. A survivor named Jonas shared her crazy experience, getting shoved through a glass window with people piling on top of her. It was pure chaos. No time to catch a breath. Jonas and her 2 friends managed to squeeze into a bathroom stall for safety. People on the ground, and the 3 of them huddled in that bathroom, waiting for the madness to die down. How we survived is, myself and my 2 friends, we got into a bathroom stall, Jones explains. There were literally people that were laying on the ground, and the 3 of us got into a bathroom stall, and we hid in the bathroom until everything died down. Before heading to the event, Jones had a tangerine in her leather jacket pocket, planning to snack on it before things kicked off. But guess what? Never got the chance. When they finally made it out of there, she checks her pocket, and all that's left is the tangerine skin. When we finally got out of there, I reached into my pocket, and there was nothing left but the skin of the tangerine, she recalls. It stained my lovely jacket, and I kept that jacket for years, as a reminder. Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the stairs, the ticket checker saw things going haywire as people tried to push their way in. Instead of lending a hand, they just got up, strolled inside, and shut the door that only opened outward. The crowd had nowhere to go, getting slammed against the doors by clueless folks, still trying to squeeze in from the top. It turned into a complete mess with injured people all over the place, getting trampled, fainting, you name it. Here's the kicker. It took a painful 15 minutes before anyone realized what was going down. And believe it or not, the basketball game was still happening. When they finally cracked open the gym doors, the folks inside said it felt like being packed against the walls, packed in like sardines. Then there's the rumor about Jay-Z sacrificing Aaliyah so Beyonce could take the spotlight. Things are getting a bit eerie now. Now, there's this comparison game titled Aaliyah versus Beyonce. Look at the names. Aaliyah, meaning the highest, most exalted one, versus Beyonce, meaning one who is beyond others. It's like two queens vying for the throne, right? They were once friends, but here's where the Illuminati conspiracy kicks in. Aaliyah, the seasoned quadruple threat, paved the way for Beyonce's stardom before tragically passing away. Aaliyah had dreams, modeling, singing, dancing, acting, even eyeing roles in The Matrix and Sparkle. Fast forward, and Beyonce seems to be following Aaliyah's footsteps. So, Aaliyah was gaining fans worldwide, but the Illuminati reportedly saw her as a green light and wanted her to join their ranks. However, she resisted, and as history suggests with figures like Michael Jackson and DMX, refusing the Illuminati can lead to a tarnished image and ultimately demise. According to some theories, Aaliyah might have resisted joining the Illuminati or wanted out of it, leading to her being replaced by someone who would adhere to their agenda, Beyonce. This theory suggests that Aaliyah's unwillingness to comply or her desire to exit the Illuminati program could have led to her demise. The narrative draws parallels between the names Aaliyah, highest, most exalted one, and Beyonce, one who is beyond others, and implies that Jay-Z played a role in this alleged conspiracy.
Control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
you see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names. None of these people that have to listen to y'all because they're dealing, they have legal, I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want. And not
Kanye West also seemingly dropped a hint that Jay-Z might be doing some shady stuff, like, unaliving people to handle his dirty work without getting caught. He said, "I can say whatever I want and not go to jail," tells the camera. They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up. He then brought up his deceased mother, claiming she was sacrificed before adding, "I'm the P that never kid nobody, but that means I can say whatever I want. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names. None of these people that have to listen to y'all. I never kid nobody. I'm the P that never kid nobody, but that means I can say whatever I want." He then goes on to mention Michael Jordan's father, insinuating that the basketball legend's dad was similarly sacrificed. Now, with all this alleged info floating around, you might be wondering why Jay-Z's secrets aren't out like Diddy's. Well, according to Jaguar, the only reason Jay-Z hasn't been caught yet is because he's playing it smarter than Diddy, doing things with more caution. It's wild, I know, but some folks believe that the allegations hitting Diddy could potentially expose Jay-Z for who he truly is. The trials might force Diddy to spill the beans about things he's been keeping under wraps, creating some serious leverage to expose Jay-Z. But hey, what do you think about all this? Do you reckon Jay-Z is really greasing palms to mess with Diddy's reputation? And could Diddy's downfall lead to Jay-Z's dirty secrets getting aired out? Drop your thoughts in the comments and we'll catch you in the next video.